So I think what's really cool about my Houston story, because I'm originally from Austin, went to college in San Marcos, Texas State University. Whenever I was, opening up my first bar, opening up my second bar, I was looking for someone that just had knowledge, like people that have been doing this for years. I didn't have like a go-to person to call. Whenever I was doing my maybe 2021, annual game plan session, I was just asking myself, I'm like, bro, who are the biggest guys that are doing this? Like, the state of Texas, right? Because I know the biggest guys were that doing the nation, right? The Tao Group and Group Hospitality, those guys have been kicking ass. And I was just asking myself, like, who do I want to become? Like, what circles do I want to be a part of? And there's two major hospitality groups out of Texas. One of them was based out of Houston. The other one was based out of Dallas. I knew some of the guys that were based out of Dallas decent enough. And then I just wanted to check out these Houston guys. Like, obviously, before I make a decision on where to spend my time, who to try to rub elbows with, I had to go see what this Houston hype was about. I came down to Houston. I started rubbing elbows. Hey, I'm this college bar guy. This is what I do. And once I was able to pick their brain and they were able to pick my brain, we spoke the same language. We understood revenue. We understood bottom line and top line and how to manage a team. And, he's asking me what my throughput was, how many customers do I have walking into my bar every night, and how much revenue we're making, what are our big major hours. We were speaking the same language. This guy is he's a father figure to me now, one of the top guys with the Clay Group. He's been running Houston for decades. And yeah, I'm just really appreciative for them really putting me on and giving me the time. And this is this street that he was telling me about. He goes, hey man, there's this big opportunity coming up. And I knew nothing about what it took to take over a block, right? I'm just a college bar guy. I just know that if you got a cool college town and there's a busy street, go get a bar there. But whenever you talk about big cities, it's a whole different ball game. And the reason why big cities are a different ball game is because of this, right? There's always this hot area that is where the bars are at the time. And everyone wants to go there. They want to open up bars there because everyone's just traveling there. They park their cars, they walk. And so you want to get into that block. But just like any block, you get some great actors, you'll get some bad actors that come in. And there's some people that just run business a little bit different, kind of creates an environment that isn't, necessarily safe for everybody else that wants to be out there and partying. And after a while, that market will just kind of get diluted. And, it's just, you can either try to stay there for a long time, or what most pioneers do is they go find the next big street, right? And anyone who's from Austin could tell you that that's what it was like with East 6th Street, what they call Dirty Six, which is the original East 6th. Then people moved to Rainy Street, and that was the hottest area. And then Rainy Street kind of got overran by construction and just other factors that made people leave. Then they went to West 6th Street, and then West 6th Street got ran out. Then they go to East 6th Street. So people just move around, and that's part of the big city life. And that's why this big city stuff is no joke. And I commend anyone who has bars in these cities, because you got to be strapped up. You got to have a great operating team. And you got to know what you're doing at all times. You got to be working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. In college towns, yeah, our guys get days off and stuff. But out here, there's just no days off. You're working while you're working, and then you're going out and meeting new clients, kind of building out that culture that your brand represents. And so, yeah, so huge kudos to what they do out here. And I've just been really fortunate and blessed to be a part of this movement. So here is the newest, hottest street in Houston. We call this Heights, right? And in the Heights, there's all these kind of warehouses that are now eventually about to be bars. We've got big movers from other cities coming in that are going to take over. They bought this property. This is our bar right here. This is Boulevard Park. So this is our sports bar, kind of gets a little fun at night, double decker, cool section, awesome kitchen. Then after this is now Cattleman's Country Club. So Cattleman's is our country western bar now, right? So this is High Social. This is our nightclub, right? And then right next door to it is Say No Mas, which is kind of like our Mexican cantina. So if you go down, we've got our competitors. These guys were originally here, and I'll give it to them, all right? So they got this badass bar right here. And so I just showed you stop sign to stop sign. These guys are the OGs. They've been here for 5, 8, 9 years before we did. They honestly had the vision way before we did. But they run a badass business. And anyone who's from Houston that comes to the Heights will tell you about these bars. And so this is the block. This is the end of the block, bar after bar after bar, and these places get flooded. People are walking up and down these streets. They can park their car 3 blocks down, walk. Nowadays, people like to bar hop, right? They like to go into one bar for an hour, meet their friends. Okay, attention spans. They want to move to the next. They want to go get some country, do some line dancing, but maybe they want to go get some food and watch the sports games, and they want all the TVs, and then they want to end up maybe getting a last minute cocktail at St. Omas and some margaritas and maybe some fajitas. And then they'll go finish the night up at High Social. And oh, well, this is Boulevard Park. This is the Mac Daddy of all right here. You got, again, double decker, outdoor patio, LED wall. What's really cool about this design is all of our walls are sliding door panels on every corner, even up top. Whenever it's like just the right breeze, right? It's like 60, 70 degrees, packed house, tons of people in there partying. We can open up all of this and we have just the nastiest breeze that comes in and people love it. It's like euphoric to have a bar that can do that, right? All walls open up. It's still like a super clean, modern finish out where all of our furniture is really, really nice. You know, we have beautiful, just massive TVs everywhere, like the top best sound that's around. Summertime, again, this is why this place is epic, is we've got 2 pickleball courts covered, sand volleyball. We've got sections out back. So whenever you get those all day timer people that just bring a big group, we have these huge food platters. There's bottle service available if they want it. We do cool dodgeball tournaments out here where every single bar they bring out their own team. And so it's kind of like these bragging rights. It's epic. But yeah, this thing we built from the ground up, and this was like an insane project. Again, a lot of people involved. This was years. I mean, this thing took 2.5 years, if not maybe 3. It's relatively fast. Yeah, it is fast. I guess whenever you want it and you're like locking a deal down, again, those deals, all these are front loaded. So it's like there's a year put into this, 1.5 years before the 3-year build out. So it's just part of it. But again, this is like gangster moves, right? Like this is solidifying yourself on this district, and we're not going anywhere for 15 years, right? Like we're going to be here. And what's really important is like to control the street. And whenever you've got all of these spots locked in, you become like the primary contender. You're the go-to guy. So whenever this person decides to sell or that person decides to sell, who do you think they're calling? They're calling us first every single time because they know that we're operators. They know that these places are popping. They know that we run a clean establishment. They know that we respect our customers. You know, the city loves us. Like we're the guys to go to. So, and this is what Clay Group has created, right? The Houston's top dogs. This is something they've been doing for decades, right? Like it's really hard to just build that. Now, if you go into your own market in college towns, like I know how to operate like that. Like I know to operate with integrity and to operate with respect to all parties, no matter if it's the city, if it's the police department, fire department. So something I learned is it's all about the customer journey, right? Just like you go out with your friends at night, you want to meet up somewhere, probably grab something to eat, go grab some drinks, find the rest of your crew because they're a little behind, maybe have some cocktails, some are quiet to catch up with some friends from out of town, get ready for the night, go finish out, watch, the Houston Rockets play, your favorite, the Texans play, or the Cowboys, whoever you're into, go Cowboys. And then afterwards, at the end of the night, when the game's over, you want to hit another bar or two, but then you want to finish the night at the nightclub, right? Like that is the customer journey, one way or another. You can add in a shot bar here and there, maybe another cocktail lounge, because it all depends what your customer demographic is. But so this is what we mastered out here, right? So down here where the palapas are, we've got our Mexican cantina. That's the perfect place to grab margaritas, some fajitas, big lunch style, kind of dinner time, eat, huge tables. We have all these great different drinks and shots. That's the place to meet up. After that, people will kind of come over here and they'll just walk down the block. And then you've got Boulevard Park. Like this is where you watch all your games, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Games finish up at 9. You're cheering on your favorite team. You get your table. All your boys are there. Maybe start popping some early discounted bottles. We're trying to build the energy up within our customer base and within our demographic out here. Once we're out here and you're watching your games and you've already got some food in you, now you're just like, you're ready, right? Like you got full energy. You got your whole crew. Then you can come over to our country western bar, which is Cattleman's Country Club. So this was actually the 4th bar, our most recent open up. After Cattleman's is done, you can 2-step, line dance, maybe go find your new future country girlfriend who's got some boots and a hat on, like whatever it is, right? This is the spot. And the reason why we did country western is because we got to mix it up. Like you can't have another nightclub. You can't have another badass sports bar. You don't want to do another Mexican cantina. Like you can't just be basic these days anymore. You can't just have some box with a DJ and sound. People want to feel like they're a part of this like curated environment, and we go all in. And I'll show you another video. Like we'll go in and watch these things like when they're busy. But what's pretty crazy is because we had the nightclub, which is High Social over here, because we had this sports bar, this bar was kind of struggling a little bit, and they were just ready to get out. And who do you think they call first? They call us first. Like, hey, y'all are crushing it on the street. Like, you know, and that's where like the greatest deals ever come around. And that's what happens when you're always looking and you're always doing the right thing and you got a badass team behind you and this is what you do for a living and you're like what we call for lifers. You start snagging deals like this. And so now on the street, we've got 4 of the hottest spots locked in on one strip. And anyone will tell you that's from Houston, that this is where the magic happens. You know, we've got white linen nights. We'll block the street off and these huge tents and parties and barbecue, like pits and all these bull ridings and like all this sorts of crazy stuff out here. But this is the future of Houston nightlife. This is post-grad. This is like kids that, you know, a lot of my college bar customers come out here. I mean, this is again, the future. We'll be here for the next 15 years and this is where we'll be at. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this walkthrough and know it's raining a little bit, but it never stops me from coming out here. I hope to see you guys out here soon. All right. Boom, boom. See ya.